going to go ahead and introduce to you our keynote speaker, Nathan DeSuter. He's a graduate of Furman High 20 years ago, 1997. He's a Madera resident and is a successful business owner. But you know what? I'm going to let him tell you his side. So let's have Mr. Nathan DeSuter come forward.
Carla, I thought that was great. Well, she stole my intro 20 years ago. I graduated from Furman. At that time, there was a stigma about the school I didn't agree with, but that stigma was that Furman was misfits or dropouts, losers. But I'm going to tell you something about that. That's wrong. Yesterday, I talked with a graduate who's out there right now, and he told me about what he went through. And a common situation, you got a teenage boy, teenage kid, and you go have fun, you fool around, you didn't do as good at school as you wanted. Well, he kind of started on the same path as his father and his uncle. It was a terrible role model, his words. The family lost their home. Him and his 3 little sisters and his little younger brother were on the street, homeless, living in an abandoned home, no food, they had no water, and no power. His first day of his senior year, he walked into his school. He had snapped. He had changed from a boy to a man. He walked up to his counselor and he said, "I'm done. I'm going to set this straight. I am not going to allow my siblings to repeat what I went through." He was 90 credits behind. He transferred to Furman. Long story short, he's out there, and that is the kind of person that I think you guys rock. And despite the disbelief that probably many of you have experienced with people who told you maybe you couldn't do it, you have proved them wrong, and that's awesome. It's awesome because you have accomplished something out of your own ability, your own will, your own strength. But you're not the only one here. You did have a lot of support. You got a lot of support out here. You had a lot of support from your teachers. Many of you had told me how much support you got. This whole school board that's here is in support to empower the schools and the teachers to do what they need to do for you. Several encouraging comments were made about Mrs. Howard, Mr. Aguilar, Mrs. Cruz, just some of the teachers that the kids were so appreciative of. And I know that you're appreciative of that as well. Now, you're here, you are successful, right? You're done, you figured it out, you're done. Well, your success to today, the definition of success, you know what it is? Look it up, Google it, don't Google it now, Google it. The definition of success is the accomplishment of your aim or your purpose. So you aimed to graduate, here you've accomplished it, so you're successful. But I will tell you that in life, your success will change. As you go through, as you move on to the next chapter in life, success changes. And it's different for you, it's different for me, it's different for everybody out here. But success is not automatic. It is not accidental. Success is not something that happens to you. Life happens. Success is fought for. You have fought. You have succeeded. It's not an entitlement. Man, don't get sucked into this entitlement society that we see so prevalent today. It's mine because I'm alive. You're entitled to only one thing, and that's life, and you have it. Other than that, if you want it, you have to earn it. And you have to work for it, just like you did while you're here today. We're all born equal. Now, we're dealt different cards in life, that's true, but we're all born equal. We all have the same amount of time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 168 hours a week. The difference is how you choose to use your time. You see, there's this adage that time is money. Okay, it's true, you pay for a service, there's time money. But I will tell you that's not true. Because money you can put in the bank, money you can save, money you can pull out and use later. You can't do that with time. You know that. You used your time. But how will you use your time tomorrow, next week, next year? Will you be done learning? Or will you continue on your learning? You've been good up to this point, that's fantastic. But don't go home and be a couch potato, because that is not going to lead in your success in life. You get these people that say, you know, I got to do this. Next week, I'm going to do it. Tomorrow, tomorrow I'm going to make it happen. Tomorrow comes, I got to do it today. It just doesn't happen. You don't talk, you ever hear that? You ever experienced that mindset? Well, it's all about how you set your priorities. And you know your priorities, a lot of them come from who you're around, who you associate with. You can't expect to be better than those that you surround yourself with. Ask yourself, who am I surrounding myself with? And you will not be successful if you do not set your goals. Goals. Make a plan. Write it down. Put it on the fridge. Make sure that your goals include ongoing learning. There's a proverb that I love. It's in Proverbs 21:5. It says, the plans of the diligent one surely lead to success, but everyone in haste or who's lazy leads to poverty. So wherever you go next, college, trade school, job training, volunteer experience, wherever you go, make sure that you do not stop learning. Never allow that to happen. I know you're job hungry. Hopefully you continue your learning. But if you do decide to go for the job, as I talked to many of you, you know the challenge you face. There's no experience for most of you, right? There's 1,000 other kids out there just like that. So what are you going to do to be different? Well, I'll tell you, I've interviewed a lot of people. And yes, experience, skills, abilities, they're all important. But you know what's above that? Character, integrity, passion. And you do not need to go to school to get it. And it's free. And your employer will notice it. They care about it. There's an adage, hire passion, train skill, and that's very true. If you're driven and you're passionate, your employer will know. Now, I'm telling you some of these things because I graduated from in 1997. I was 15 years old. And many of you might have chosen to go to Furman or Mountain Vista or some of Madera adult school because you wanted the freedom of scheduling, and that's great. Some of you even left school to go to work to support your family. I have a lot of respect for that. But from a young age, I was taught the value of money. I started making $1 a day working with my dad. $1 a day. And I learned that you gotta work for what you want. It's not handed to you, it's not given to you. Now I worked for a few years, multiple jobs, did self-education. I started my own business. Now I've had it for 17 years, right here in Madera. Actually, I have 2 companies here in Madera. I employ 10 people. And we have done millions of dollars of service in this town and throughout California. And I graduated right here from Furman, born and raised in Madera. So I want you to know that there is all kinds of opportunity. Whether you stay here, whether you go, it's a matter of how hard you want to work. But it's not all easy. We had times when we started out early, power was shut off, had no loan, just had an immense amount of determination and lots of failures. Lots of failures. You guys are going to have failures. But let me tell you something about failures. If you don't fail, how do you know how far you can go? If all you ever do is succeed, will you ever really know your limits? It's not until you fall flat on your face, until you hit the ground, that you actually know what you are capable of. So don't be afraid of failing. Failing is part of learning. Embrace the failure. You know, a baby, you ever watch a baby? You ever see a baby who wrapped in diapers, trying to walk, falls down? You ever see a baby go, forget that walking thing, I can't do that. They get right back up. They don't accept failure. Don't be a baby. Don't accept failure. You gotta get up. You gotta go out. Can't quit. I'm gonna close, I'm gonna show you something about yourself. Take something, take your hand, a pen, a cap, anything. Why don't you put your hand up? Okay, half of your hands are broken. There you go. Put your hand up. Anybody? Okay. Look, we got some participants. Thank you, Mr. Lau. I appreciate that. Put your hand up. Put it up high.
Higher.
Now, I want you to put it up even higher. Now imagine your arm is stretching, and it is going to go as far as it can possibly. Put it higher. And you know what you did? You recognized your limit, and you went past your limit. Don't ever impose limits on yourself, on your education, on your abilities. Don't accept the limits that others put on you. You see, in life, you tend to get what you aim for. If you get what you work for, and your success in life will be a byproduct of your aim and your purpose. So I tell you, graduating class of 2017, today is not an end, it is a beginning to aim high, reach high, and never stop learning.